Oh, yes, I got you a gift.
Thank you very much.
I got you a gift, Mike.
You want a pigeon?
This is a pigeon from Southeast Asia. Very expensive, but I wanted you to have this.
Thank you.
Iron Mike Tyson and Jake Paul have attacked each other over quite a few things, but no one thought about a pigeon being the reason for another round of verbal explosives between them.
It's an update on my new pigeon that Mike Tyson denied. Yes, I got you a gift.
I'll feed him to my falcon.
Richard here is doing absolutely amazing. He's thriving. He's having the best time.
Boxing fans have been used to seeing them fire shots over their training sessions, fighting styles, age difference, and even over their physique. But things have quickly changed as the fight night draws closer. Mike Tyson seems to be taking things too seriously, and he's clearly not in for jokes anymore, not even after what played out at the press conference on Wednesday.
Are you talking to me right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm back, yeah.
Why is he manufactured and why are you for real?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you can expand on.
And following that, Mike Tyson has sent Jake Paul some fierce warnings and had promised him he will suffer the same fate as the hurt pigeon after the problem child looked to hurt a pigeon in an attempt to get back at Iron Mike Tyson for wanting to feed the pigeon to his falcons. But how did this all happen? During the respectful face-to-face sit-down, Paul bizarrely gifted Tyson a Southeast Asian pigeon.
Huh?
You like Mike's love pigeon. What do you feel about
I do. It looks like a low budget pedigree. But
We paid thousands of dollars for
This is an
that.
expensive pigeon.
The 58-year-old has had a well-documented love for pigeons ever since he was a child, and he has previously explained how looking after pigeons was an escape for him. Mike Tyson loves pigeons, but not the one that Jake Paul bought him. Case of bias? We are not sure, but the boxing legend ensured his opponents got a taste of his brutal and spine-chilling persona when he sat across him from the table. Tyson, 58, and Paul, 27, appeared in a face-to-face interview as they delivered some heavy predictions of a knockout and put on a fierce look. But the interaction turned a bit mellow when Problem Child gifted his rival a new white pigeon. "Oh yeah, so I got you a gift, Mike," Paul told Tyson during their face-to-face.
effect on people. You know, have an effect on people.
Okay.
I've just never seen someone handle a pigeon.
You have pigeon flies in your family, don't you?
However, Iron Mike soon busted his bubble of happiness as he labeled the pigeon as low budget, much to the chagrin of his young opponent. He said, "Thank you, Jake. This looks like a low budget pedigree." "Oh, thank you very much," Tyson responded as Paul brought a pigeon cage up to the table. "This is a pigeon from Southeast Asia. Very expensive, but I wanted you to have this," Paul continued. "Thank you, Jake. It looks like a little budget pedigree," Tyson responded as he proceeded to pull the pigeon out of the cage.
Yeah, I do.
Is it a low budget pigeon? Or
Well, he had no one loves him. He has no band or anything, so it doesn't belong to nobody.
Okay.
boy belongs to you now?
I'll feed
When Paul, at 10-1, explained that he paid thousands of dollars for the pigeon, Tyson, a pigeon expert, declared, "No one loves him. He has no bands or anything, so he doesn't belong to nobody." But when the YouTuber turned boxer insisted that he keep the pigeon, Tyson announced, "I'll feed him to my falcon." This even evoked a puzzling reaction from the host.
On Netflix, and there's limited seats available on SeatGeek. Good luck, gentlemen.
Are you really gonna feed him to your falcon?
Yeah, but I can't take him with me. There's no way I can take him.
That's fucked up, Mike.
What?
You don't feed the nigga to your falcon.
I would never do.
"That's messed up, Mike." The Most Valuable Promotions then uploaded a clip on its Instagram handle after the interaction ended. In the clip, the fans could witness Paul walking out in a gloomy mood while holding onto the white pigeon in its cage. When inquired about it, he explained in a somber tone, "Mike didn't take my pigeon as a gift." Interestingly, the former world champion had clarified in the interaction that he was joking about it.
I can't believe Mike Tyson let you go. Come here, buddy. Yeah. He likes playing this game. He runs away and then I go.
In addition, Tyson explained the reason for turning down the gift, as he couldn't take the pigeon home with him. Well, Jake Paul took it home to do whatever he felt with it in an attempt to get back at Iron Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson has now told him to expect something worse than he would have done to the pigeon. The pigeon was to be fed to Mike Tyson's falcons, and in the same way, Mike Tyson will feast on Jake Paul on Friday night. One supporter wrote, Mike, since young, has always looked after his pigeons, so that comment from Mike means night-night for Jake now.
Nah, thank you. Good job, man. Well, thank you for the opportunity, Mike, to go to. Love, bro. Appreciate you. Mike, thank you, man.
Well,
Pleasure meeting you, bro.
nice to meet
Another tweeted, he is not in a making friends mood. A third added, poor pigeon. I got emotional seeing the pigeon and knowing it will be dead any second. Somebody else simply put, ruthless. It was a heartfelt gesture by Paul, who knew how much the heavyweight boxer loved pigeons. Tyson's love for pigeons dates back to his childhood.
Get him again.
He's, oh my God, he popped the fucking wheelie.
You really love that bird, huh?
This is meant to be.
The Brooklyn native has loved pigeons since the age of 9, as they seem to have provided him comfort whenever the other kids bullied him for being overweight. Tyson admitted that he first picked up a fight to save his pigeon from an older bully, and after dropping his bully, he realized his potential to box. His love for the bird runs so deep that he even got into his first fight over one. My first fight happened by accident, he recalled in the book Iron Ambition, My Life with Custamato.
world's most famous fucking pigeon, and they want to hate on him. This is his food? Yeah. This is the world's most famous pigeon, like when you actually think about it. Bro, this is...
I had used some of my pilfering money to buy my own pigeons. I kept them in an abandoned building next to mine. This guy stole one of my birds, and when I confronted him to get it back, he pulled it out of his coat and twisted its neck off and rubbed the blood on me. I was furious, but I was scared to fight until one of my friends egged me on. You've got to fight him, Mike. So I hit with a right and he went down and I was stunned. I didn't know what to do. Then it dawned on me how cool I looked doing the alley shuffle, so I just started shuffling and everybody started clapping. My first taste of applause.
Mike Tyson's rejected pigeon, now owned by me.
One of one.
Literally,
One of one.
I'm literally putting this shit in my backyard and it's gonna fuck.
He also credits Muhammad Ali for inspiration, which eventually made him take up boxing. He once reflected on the traumatic incident, noting, "The guy ripped the head off my pigeon. This was the first thing I ever loved in my life, the pigeon. That was the first time I threw a punch. I have loved pigeons since I was 9. They were my escape."
My first fight was over a pigeon,
Really?
and that led me to here.
Yeah. Because I mean, everybody knows that your love for
What's more, the 2-time world champion even broke up with one of his girlfriends when she questioned his love for pigeons. His love for pigeons became the reason behind one of his relationships falling apart. He tells the story of how an ex-girlfriend tried to make him eat one of his pet pigeons. "I was dating this young lady and she said, 'I don't know why you're flying those damn birds, you should be eating them,'" he told the Boomer and Carton radio show in the US.
for pigeons.
But
and all
no,
that,
but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. I have birds out there. I just feed them. I don't do nothing with them. I just have to have them around me. I don't know.
She happened to grab one and she cooked one and proceeded to eat it. And I just couldn't do it. It just wasn't the right thing to do. That's why she's not my woman anymore. This was not the first instance of Tyson getting into a confrontation over his pigeons. When he was younger, a bully killed one of Tyson's pigeons with his bare hands. "The guy ripped the head off my pigeon. This was the first thing I ever loved in my life. The pigeon," Tyson explained. "That was the first time I threw a punch. I have loved pigeons since I was 9. They were my escape."
Why? I don't even talk to them. I just go and feed them. Never let them out.
Yeah.
They're gonna die in there. I just have to have them around me.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I love them.
Despite his deep-rooted love of pigeons, it seems that Jake Paul might have done something very wrong for Mike Tyson to reject a beautiful white pigeon. Or maybe, as Iron Mike said, it was just too low budget for him. The entire boxing world saw Iron Mike Tyson's fierceness and indifference at the press conference, and one could hardly tell what exactly Jake Paul had done wrong to Mike Tyson. It was extremely friendly in the months and weeks immediately following the fight announcement. But the closer the fight, the more dangerously Iron Mike Tyson reacted towards Jake Paul.
All right, perfect. Time to clean you up.
In a week where every punch, jab, and stare down seems to echo louder than usual, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul have managed to heighten the buzz around their upcoming showdown at Tant Stadium. The bout, already one of the most anticipated of the year, sees the legendary former heavyweight champ Tyson squaring off against YouTube star-turned-boxer Paul, whose rise in the sport has been as controversial as it has been swift.
Oh my god, he popped the Oh, he's doing a manual. Oh my god, yo, Richard.
The press conference on Wednesday brought both fighters face-to-face in an encounter that was as tense as it was theatrical. Tyson, known for his icy, cool demeanor, met Paul's provocations with unshakable composure, leaving fans and commentators speculating on how their contrasting personalities might shape the fight. The main event, however, isn't just about these two fighters stepping into the ring. It's a clash of eras, styles, and a reminder of how boxing has evolved.
On it. I mean, can you give me?
It's just what
It's just that. All right, that's cool. Your first trainer, the late great Customato. What do you think he would say of this spectacle going down on Friday?
He'd be very happy.
Tyson, the hardened champion who ruled the ring in the late 80s and 90s, represents the sport's old-school ferocity. Paul, on the other hand, is a digital age sensation whose journey from influencer to boxer has been defined by bold taunts and grandiose statements. And at Wednesday's press conference, he didn't hold back. In an attempt to rattle his veteran opponent, Paul took every opportunity to verbally prod Tyson, cracking jokes and boasting about his training regimen. Yet Tyson, offering only curt responses, remained visibly unbothered. At one point, Paul, frustrated by Tyson's stoic silence, threw his hands up, declaring, "Boring!" But if Tyson's restraint revealed anything, it was that his focus remains fixed on what happens inside the ropes.
What do you think he would tell you about how to beat Jake Paul?
He would be very happy. I'm just ready to fight. You know, I've said everything.
Adding fuel to the spectacle, Paul turned to the undercard fighters, polling them on their fight predictions. The response was overwhelmingly in Tyson's favor, a result that visibly unsettled Paul, who then began coaxing some of these fighters to wager against him. With each interaction, it became clear that Tyson had secured an undeniable psychological edge. Tyson, giving a quick nod, delivered a simple parting message to Paul. "I'm not going to lose." With just hours to go until the fight, Tyson and Paul have ensured that this isn't just a clash between two fighters, it's a meeting of two worlds, two fan bases, and two legacies.
Thing I had to say is nothing else to say. I'm just looking forward to fighting. Well, the people speak for itself. I'm fine with everything.
The final bell may signal the end of the fight, but for these two, the true battle has already begun. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul face off. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are just days away from their Netflix mega fight on Friday, November 15th at the Atant Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And to kick off their fight week, the two boxers shared an intense face-off at a press conference Wednesday. Much of the narrative heading into fight night has focused on the age gap, as Tyson, at 58, is 31 years older than Paul, 27. However, in pre-fight footage, Paul appeared slower when hitting pads in a workout, and he seemed cumbersome during a sparring session, particularly when compared to Tyson, who apparently had no trouble scoring knockout wins over his own training partners in boxing.
I'm fine with everything.
Anything come to mind, Mike? I'll take that as a no.
I'm not talking about...
Whatever your stance on this showdown, whether it's going to be a good show or a freak show, it's going ahead regardless, and the fighters themselves seem intent on delivering something special. Tyson had a pretty good line to say about Paul in the build-up to this bout by remarking on how different their respective rises to the top of the sport were. For Tyson, he became, age 20 and 4 months, the youngest heavyweight boxing champion of all time when he battered Trevor Berbick 4 decades ago.
What's on with your ear over there, Jake, if I could just ask that?
I'm not getting my shit bit off on Friday night, so I got my diamond spike.
For Paul, he was a content creator on YouTube and a Disney star, and parlayed that into crossover boxing. This, he said, showed that Paul is a manufactured killer, rather than one who was natural born like he was. Paul responded to that statement Wednesday, saying, "Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but the deadliest weapon on the planet is manufactured, and that's a nuke. I fear no man, so I want him to be that old savage Mike. He says he's going to kill me. I'm ready. I want that killer. I want the hardest match possible Friday night, and I want there to be no excuses from everyone at home when I knock him out."
Ear covers right there.
But is there any chance this goes to a decision, or does this have to end in a knockout?
No, someone's getting put to sleep. It's going to be a war, and we're both heavy hitters. It's not going the full 16 minutes.
Can you share us why?
Paul said there was no chance that the fight goes the full 8-round distance as someone's getting put to sleep. He said, "It's going to be a war and we're both heavy hitters. It's not going the full 16 minutes. A man of fewer words, Tyson said simply, "I'm just ready to fight. I've said everything I had to say. There's nothing else to say. I'm just looking forward to fighting." A reporter asked if he had anything nice to say about Paul, prompting Tyson to respond with mere silence. They then faced off.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
The moment the two squared off for their traditional stare down, tension filled the room. Paul's earlier bravado seemed to wane as he met Tyson's steely gaze, and for a moment, the younger fighter looked visibly shaken. Mike Tyson's love of pigeons has been well documented over the years. When the former pro boxer was growing up in the Brownsville neighborhood of Brooklyn, he turned to caring for the birds to find peace. After retiring in 2005, Tyson had a massive pigeon coop constructed in the backyard of his Paradise Valley home for his 350 pigeons, and even appeared in one season of an Animal Planet series in 2011 that documented him competing in the sport of pigeon racing.
This is 36 boxing, and this is 20 boxing. 2 times 36 is what?
2 times 36.
And it appears that the 57-year-old is still very much all about that pigeon life, as he recently traveled all the way to Poland to acquire 100 pigeons from a local breeder in a Polish village. Photos of Tyson's visit recently surfaced on the Polish-language Instagram account Team Hype Talk, which writes, "Mike Tyson flew especially to Piatnica, near Lomza, to buy 100 pigeons from a local dealer. No one would have predicted such a turn of events today. Indeed, no lies were detected." According to the Daily Mail, the story has since been verified by the Polish news portal Milomza PL, which likewise published additional photos of Tyson meeting with the pigeon breeder.
64?
50, huh?
2 times 36 or 72?
No, 2 times 30, 35, 36, 2 times 36, how many?
72.
The outlet reported that several veterinary officials were apparently called to the village to vaccinate the pigeons in order for them to be certified for export to the United States. However, the issue of exporting birds is not simple, with virulent Newcastle disease and happy eye restricting the free trade of these animals, it stated. But the trip to Poland specifically was apparently not random, as the country has gained a global reputation for pigeon breeding in recent years. It's supposedly even home to Europe's largest community of pigeon breeders. According to a Krakow city guide, the former capital of Poland has more pigeons than any other city in Europe, with the possible exception of Venice. And Poles love their golabki, the Polish word for pigeons, so much that various streets are dubbed Ulica Golebia in their honor. And the country's national dish of stuffed cabbage was likewise named after the birds. In other words, it sounds like Tyson was in very good company.
So this was 70 birds could fit in here, 2 pairs, 2 in each box, and this is 20. So 40 birds could fit here comfortably.
Tyson and Paul's fight was originally slated for July, only for Tyson to suffer a medical emergency on a plane. An ulcer flare-up saw Tyson become nauseous and dizzy before paramedics later came on board. The veteran, once considered the baddest man on the planet, is nearing the end of training for the rescheduled clash, his first sanctioned fight for 2 decades. Paul has won 10 of his first 11 fights since embarking on a career in boxing, with his only defeat so far coming against Tommy Fury via a split decision last year. The YouTuber told Netflix in their recent docuseries that he felt lost at the age of 21 and thanked boxing for giving him the wake-up call he needed, forcing him to sober up and focus on his newfound passion.
You have to get birds from Africa, Mike?
Yeah, all these from Africa.
All of them?
All these birds are here from Africa.
Where in Africa? South Africa? South Africa.
Paul went on to add, "Los Angeles is this fast-paced lifestyle. Drugs, alcohol, money, looks. I was lost in it as any 21 or 22-year-old with tens of millions of dollars in fame would be. It wasn't until boxing when I physically had to fight someone else that I had to be sober, and I had to focus so that I felt better. It was like this giant wake-up call that boxing provided me. I am just thankful that I didn't die. It was pretty freaking crazy. I kind of found my old self that had been stripped away from me in Hollywood. That's when I started to realize, oh stuff, I've caught the boxing bug. I was like, this is all I am going to do. Tyson and Paul are expected to make their ring walks around 4 a.m. Saturday morning UK time. The fight will be broadcast live on Netflix. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.